Hello, how are we today? I hope we're all doing fine. My name is Srishti, and today we will be studying about sentences and phrases. Do you know what a sentence really is? We'll see. So, a sentence is a group of words when they come together that make complete sense. So, when you see a sentence or when you write a sentence, it has to make complete sense, right? If it does not make sense, then it's not a good sentence. So in order for you to speak good English, in order for you to write good sentences, they have to make complete sense. So we'll talk about what a sentence is and the kinds of sentences in this. So like we said before, a group of words that make complete sense by itself. They are known as sentences. For example, we have some examples here. John works hard, right? So that's a complete sentence and it makes sense, right? Then we have, I like to read books. It's a sentence which makes sense. So there's some rules that we follow while writing sentences. A sentence will always begin with a capital letter. Here you see, this is capital, this is a capital letter. And it will always end with a full stop, okay? Here we have a full stop, or it'll have an exclamation mark, or it'll end with a question mark, right? These are important things, important rules that you need to follow while writing sentences. So now we'll study the different parts of a sentence. A sentence is mainly made up of two parts. One is the subject and the other is the predicate. A subject is the first and foremost part of a sentence which will give you more information or the major information of what the sentence is all about. Next is the predicate, which is the second part of the sentence, and it will tell you about the subject. So in this case, we have an example. Roma reads a book. So in this case, Roma is your subject, right? It's the main part, right, of the sentence, and reads the book is a predicate, right? Because it is telling you about the subject, which is Roma, all right? Next we will go, so if you have a sentence, how will you know that where's the subject and where's the predicate? So we have some pointers here. Your subject will always be a noun or a pronoun. In the previous example, what we saw Roma. So this is what? This is your noun, right? And a predicate will always have one or more words. And they can be a verb. Roma, in that example, we see Roma, what was she doing? She was reading what? She was reading a book. So that's your predicate because it's a verb, all right? Here we have a few examples. The teacher gave him a prize. So in this case, teacher is your noun, gave him a prize is your predicate. So what you can do is, in a sentence, if you want to find out which is the subject and the predicate, so in this case, who is giving the prize? You can question, right? Who is giving the prize? The teacher is giving the prize. And what is she doing? What? She's giving a prize. So the what will be your predicate and who will be your subject. All right? Next, we have the types of sentences. We have 4 types of sentences. Number 1, declarative. Number 2, interrogative. What, when, where, how. Third, we have imperative. And the last, we have exclamatory, which will always end with an exclamation mark. So first, we have declarative. In declarative sentences, you will always declare something. You will make a statement. It can be positive or negative. Let's say, I am going to study. That's a statement, right? You're declaring that, okay, I'm going to study. And here we have, I will eat mangoes. Like I said, you can have 2 kinds of declarations, either positive or negative. So, I will eat mangoes. It's an affirmative. It's a positive declaration, right? So it's an affirmative sentence. I will not go to school. I will not study. It's negative, right? So it will come in negative declarative sentences. Next we have interrogative. Like we said, interrogation is always asking questions. What are you reading? Question mark. They will always end with a question mark. What is your name? Question mark, right? What, when, where, how, all these words starting with WH, they'll come under interrogative sentences. What a beautiful sight. So that will end with an exclamation mark. Next, we will talk about phrases. So what is a phrase and how is it different from a sentence? So like we said, sentences are a group of words which make complete sense on their own. But it's not the same in the case of a phrase. Phrases are a group of words which may or may not make complete sense, and they cannot exist independently. Like we have an example here. My friend is a good football player. So in this, my friend is a good football player. These are two phrases, okay? Together they will make sense, but independently they will not make complete sense, okay? My friend, a good football player, right? You can see that it's incomplete. So independently, phrases cannot exist, all right? Like they will not make sense. They have to be in a sentence. Okay. And another thing, like in sentences, we studied that they have a subject and a predicate. In phrases, they do not have a subject or a predicate, okay? So the types of phrases. We have three types of phrases, namely noun phrase, adjective phrase, and adverb phrase. Now the first one, in this case, the phrase, it will act as a noun in a sentence. Example, I like to sing. So in this case, to sing is your phrase, and because it is acting as a noun, it is known as a noun phrase. I like to dance. So to dance will be your noun phrase, okay? Next we have adjective phrase. In this case, your phrase will act as an adjective in a sentence. Rohan is courageous. So here courageous is your adjective phrase, right? That's like we can use this also. That's a beautiful sight. That's exclamatory sentence, but beautiful can be your adjective phrase, right? The last one is your adverb phrase. So in this case, your phrase will act as an adverb in a sentence. For example, she walked gracefully. How did she walk? She walked gracefully. We can also use the example that we used previously. What a beautiful sight. What kind of sight is it? It's beautiful, right? Another example we have, she sang melodiously. How did she sing? She sang melodiously. So that's your adverb phrase. So that's all for today, and we'll see you next time. Till then, bye-bye.